Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll see you again with scores and updates at halftime, but for now, it's my distinct pleasure to hand things over to our broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
His athleticism in college was never in question. In fact, many NFL scouts thought he might be better suited to play receiver, but always believed in himself, always wanted to be a quarterback, and continues to prove his worth at that position in the NFL.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Taylor to throw. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. That is incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively. The defense here for the Rams.
And Ndamukong Suh was an all-pro when he was with the Detroit Lions in 2013, 2014. Many people think that maybe he might either be slowing down or not playing at the same level. My eyes tell me he's still playing at an elite level, still destroying the interior of an offense, can get to the quarterback, crush a run game, you name it. Ndamukong Suh can do it. And how about how durable he is? Hasn't missed a game since 2011.
Play action, it's Taylor. On the move to his left. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
On 3rd down, Taylor. He finds Coleman. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Taylor throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. And back to the ground. Hyde. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw on 3rd down, Taylor. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now it's Taylor. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted, was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Pharaoh Cooper. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
I love this guy's makeup. He is not afraid to fail. He attacks on just about every snap. Wants to throw the football downfield first. He'll throw it short if he has to. But bottom line, he wants to put a lot of pressure on the defense with his arm.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Muscling free near the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent game,
Still
but all
first
for
down.
naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back to throw, Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. It's a close game here early on. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. From the gun, here's Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. A Ram 1st down as Goff finds Cup.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the 1st drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And now running right through it. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Goff. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Matt Day's on the return. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete. It's Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Johnson, and the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield guy can take it the distance, but in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Taylor throwing again. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. To go here in the 1st half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you get a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Throw left side, caught by the tight end in Njoku. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, it's Taylor. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Taylor will lead up the offense 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Taylor will throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. The Browns on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing again, it's Taylor. And this one goes incomplete. A first misfire there after 6 straight completions. And it leads to 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. On first down, it's gone. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and that'll bring up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. On first down, gone. This will be caught inside the 10. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. To the air again, Goff. This will be caught at about the 6. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Zerline's kick is good. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again they run with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Throwing on third. Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they get 14 yards there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun. Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The throw by Taylor there, knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Taylor. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Taylor now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Now Taylor, and his pass incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Taylor. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Taylor on target to Gordon for a Cleveland first. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, Hyde. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game, and they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Taylor. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
I know we don't like to admit it. We'd like to appear to be on top of every situation, but there's no way we expected that. They have the lead, and they pull the fake.
Well, I hit you on your leg under the table because I couldn't believe they were doing that. You're right, lead 4th quarter, but I guess they wanted a bigger cushion.
I guess so, but I guess maybe that is the beauty of it because there's no way they could have expected on the other side of the ball as well. They have the lead. They expect them to go ahead and kick it.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On 2nd down, Taylor. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Browns on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. Dances by him. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. Cooper on the return. That is up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, here's Goff. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
After the interception, here's Taylor. And it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They run. It's Gurley looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. A shotgun snap for Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and it's 3rd and short. I want to go back to something you said in the 1st quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. He'll look to throw.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Goff to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Goff. And that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to win the football game. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. They'll give to Hyde. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. They run it again with Hyde. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. The Browns on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor. And that is incomplete. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's gone. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And now he clocks it with 19 seconds remaining. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Goff now to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. From the red zone now, Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They go play action here on first down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They'll throw on first down to Taylor. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. From midfield now, here's Taylor. Throw left side, complete. That's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
After reviewing the play, the movement on the field is reversed.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Taylor. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. They're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On the counter, this is high. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Will 3 points be enough to do it? We'll soon know as we continue here in overtime. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Goff with his first throw in OT. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So a little chunk there on first as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A nice gain of 21 yards. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Goff on first down. Finding room inside the 40. And Cooks has it over the middle. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts. Maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line. Again, Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And his throw is incomplete. Gerald Everett is tight end, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Rams on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And Zerline's kick is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. Muscles him off. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. The situation is simple. It is sudden death from here on out. We had 2 stops defensively. The next score, whatever it is, wins this game.
And I can't wait to see how the defense decides to play this, because knowing that the next point you give up lose the game for you, I expect them to be more aggressive, not just play a normal situational defense, but go after them, attack them a little bit, because otherwise the offense is just trying to find their way to get downfield and kick a field goal. Don't sit back and wait for them to make their plays. I think the defense needs to go after them.
Charles Davis says maybe they go aggressive. Now Taylor. And this will be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor to throw again. And he's going to be out of of bounds up around the 45-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now Taylor on first down. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Taylor will throw again. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The Browns on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's high. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
False start, offense.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call
first down
was for him?
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. Flushed it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abukum in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. And he's going to go down again. Samson Ebukam in there to drop him 2 plays in a row, and it'll be 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. Here's Britton Colquitt now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. The Rams on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Agba. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Taylor now. Going to throw again. He gets away from one. Flush to his right. Another. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And the Rams getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Goff. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
On first down, it's Gurley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Another carry now for Gurley. Down to the 25. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their second timeout here. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.